Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. And in the last episode, we've reached the end of the 3-day cycle. And we know it's a cycle because we rewounded time after trying to fight the Skull Kid. Which, well, we couldn't get the Majora's Mask, but we did get Ocarina of Time back to rewind. And as such, we were able to learn the Song of Healing to regain our form. And this episode, we are starting, our first true cycle by actually, cycling through the 3 days. And I'm preparing by taking 20 rupees out of me bank. Use it wisely. So, the reason why I'm getting 20 rupees is so that we have a bit of money to actually start doing some stuff before we head off to what we're going to do, which is what Tattle told us at the end of the last episode, right before I saved, and that's to go south. First of all, though, we want to head in here because we couldn't do this before, the lottery shop. Would you like the chance to buy your dreams for 10 rupees? Pick a set of only 3 numbers. If you choose correctly, you'll win a prize of 50 rupees. Only one chance left. Well, these numbers are random on every playthrough. So, just like with the Bomber's Notebook, as soon as you start your file, these numbers are random. So, we're going to have to go for a cycle on doing this, and then another cycle and actually win the prize. Reason being is that you don't really need to do this in the N64 versions, because it's not tracked, but in the 3DS version it is. But we could always use a little bit more money, so let's try a 2, 4, 6, or even numbers. We will announce the selected numbers here. We'll do it tonight from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Your lottery ticket is only good through tonight. And we brought the last ticket, apparently. We've finished selling tickets today. Please come back tomorrow. Please note that the winning numbers will be announced tonight from 6 to 11. Right, so what we want to do is press start or select to go to our Bomber's Notebook on the 3DS version. And I need to go to the schedule. Oh, no, that's the map. I need to go to the schedule. And yeah, everyone that we've met have already been added to this, as well as the lottery shop attendant, but nothing has actually been added here, which is why it didn't automatically get added, because we haven't actually fulfilled the time that we could actually receive something from this guy. But differences with the N64 version I've already mentioned, which will probably be appearing on screen right now. We wouldn't even have this unless we played with Tim and the Bombers again in order to actually get the Bomber's Notebook. So the Happy Mask Salesman giving it to you in the 3DS version as soon as you become a human again pretty much cuts out repeating the minigame just to get the book back. But, as you may have also noticed, the book is blank. In this version, whoever you've already met, even without the book, has been added to the book. So that's a quality of life change that saves time, because, time is of the essence. And we've already completed the Mysterious Hand, which, if you did do that in your first run through, you would have to do that again just to add him to the book in the N64 version. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, 6 to 11, I want to set my alarm for, let's say, halfway through the night, just in case. I mean, the latest is 11, so we don't want to put it at 11, so we'll do it on the final hour, so at least then we have the most amount of time possible, so we can do other stuff while we're working on it. And that means that Tattle will alert us, which wasn't a feature in the N64 original. You would have to keep track of it yourself. What do you have to say to me?
You have a Bomber's Notebook, eh? That means you're one of us. In that case, I'll let you on a bit of info that I've been saving for a rainy day. Apparently, a great fairy lives in North Cogtown. They say that she almost never interacts with humans. She must be shy. Have you met her?
Now, any information that the bombers give you is added to your notebook as a rumoured event. Again, a 3DS exclusive thing. It allows you to keep track of hints that you have obtained, while as you would just have to remember them in the N64 original. There's going to be a lot of changes when it comes to the Bomber's Notebook, but most of it I don't even need to show, to be perfectly honest with you. So, first of all, what I want to do with the last of my money is go in here to do some sword training and talk to this bloke. The dude with the hat. This training center has friendly, polite, 24-hour one-on-one training that will noticeably improve your sword skills. From now on to the end of the carnival, join at a special discount. So will you try it? The novice course pretty much just gives you the run-through that I gave at the start when we, lost Epona. Basically just how to use every move. So there's no point paying for that. Instead, we're just going to do the expert course. The expert course is a practice session. Cut down to 10 logs using my most difficult technique. If you score a perfect 30 points, I'll know that you mastered all my secret techniques. Have you prepared? The secret technique is jump attacks. All you got to do is whip out your sword, target, jump attack. That is all you got to do, and you got to be quick. Otherwise, the logs will retract, and then you will be screwed. I was pressing A there. There we are. Because every jump attack pretty much gives you triple the points, as any other move that will give you. And you need to get 30. It is a perfect 30. Alright, only 3 more logs. 2 more logs, excuse me. And there we are. For some reason, I keep thinking it's double. I'm thinking of a different game that has that kind of scoring. Impressive. I must give you something. Here. And there we are. We have now assembled a new heart container. For some reason, it still plays the heart piece noise and not the heart container noise that you would expect when you build a full heart container out of heart pieces, but yeah, that's a little bit odd. You cleared the expert course at the Swordsman School. To commemorate your mastery, you've got a piece of heart. Unbelievable. Cherish it well. We will, good sir, because it will come in handy for us. So, first thing that we want to do as a human, if you didn't want to do any of that additional stuff, is if you remember, when we got the magic from the Great Fairy, which we have just been given a bit of a tidbit from that bomber kid anyway, is that, yeah, she doesn't exactly show herself to humans that often. So, if you remember what she said, if we actually come back as a human, she would give us some other power. Well, I didn't get that. But yeah, that's also something that's a little bit more momentum-based in this game in comparison to Ocarina of Time. And it applies to both the original and 3DS versions. I am not nailing this very well. Is that, rolling while jumping increases your jump distance. So you can do basically a long jump. That can't be done in the Ocarina of Time original, or 3DS remake. Even though I probably mentioned it many a time.
Please hear my plea. The master kid spoken me apart and scattered my pieces. Please find a way to return me to very far North Clock Town.
Because we have rewound time, everything that we have done has been undone, except for major progression and item storage, because that, I guess, doesn't need to be rewound since they've just got one less stock in their massive reservoir of items, so that's probably a thing. And by the way, any speed hacks, I should say, from Ocarina of Time carry over to Majora's Mask. So back walking is the fastest method, side jumping is the second, rolling's the third. Oh, Tattle wants me.
Oh, I almost forgot. Do you remember what the Great Fairy said? She promised to give us something good. Let's go see what it is.
That's exactly what we're doing, because I just mentioned that. Even Tattle gives us the hints. Although hers don't get added to the Bomber's Notebook. This is exactly what we're doing now. I have returned, madam, and I am back as a human. You probably wouldn't have remembered that, but you probably would have given me something anyway if I was at the right form to use it. So hopefully, we'll get that result anyway. Unless they transcend time and space in terms of their memories. That would be nice.
Oh, Tattle, and you, kind young one. Thank you for returning my broken and shattered body to normal. I am the Great Fairy of Magic. For now, this is all I can offer you, since you seem to already have magical power. Allow me to ease your weirdness as a token of my gratitude.
Oh. Well, that's what you would normally expect from a Great Fairy. Full health and full magic. Nice, but not what I was hoping for.
Oh, kind young one. Scattered throughout the 4 temples of this land are more stray fairies, which belong to great fairies who are broken just as I was. Please find a way to save them and return them to their fountains. Surely they will aid to your strength. Allow me to grant you something good so that the stray fairies will not fear you.
This is cited as one of the ugliest masks in the game, but it is extremely helpful. It pretty much acts as a treasure magnet to stray fairies. You got the Great Fairy's mask. Stray fairies will fly to you when you wear it. You'll know when you're close to a fairy who's lost in a temple if the mask's hair begins to shimmer. If it isn't shimmering and caping in the wind, then you have cleared out that room. You found the stray fairy in Clocktown and revived the Great Fairy of Magic, who gave you the Great Fairy's mask. You restored the Great Fairy of Magic, it was added to your notebook.
Come see me whenever your quest has made you weary.
Alright, so that's actually quite helpful. We haven't actually checked out our masks yet, so we'll do that. I'll sort these out later, because I can never remember the actual locations for them. Except for the Great Deco mask, I know for a fact that that goes roughly there, this goes somewhere around here. I'm just like that. I like to have it consistent. But yes, so we have masks that we can equip. Normal masks, that is not the Deku, because if you remember, that will transform us back into our previous form. So we don't really want to be wearing that right now, because we've already kind of sick of that form. But yeah, the Great Fairy's mask, it beckons stray fairies that are lost in temples. I'll put that on to number 2 for now, since you can slap that on whenever you need. But yeah, that's pretty helpful. And I like to actually have the transformation masks on the touchscreen buttons, mainly because that you're not going to be pressing those buttons that often, so having them on the touchscreen as an additional button next to your face buttons is actually a really good idea. Of course, you only have 3 equip items in the original, but hey, the Ocarina of Time has its own slot, and so does, well, everything else. But we are a human now, so we can actually climb on this climbing frame, I guess. Just gotta get myself a line there. There we are. Grab here. And then we can hop into this tree and grab yet another heart piece. 5 heart pieces already. We're not doing too bad for ourselves right here. Each new container put together will increase the amount of life energy you have, as we already know. So, what we need to do right now is, actually, you know what I can do, now that we are human, that we can actually make some jumps. We can actually investigate what this chest is on this area over here, which is what I want to do now that we have a little bit of money. Because right before we head south, I want to do this, since in practice I was actually having a little bit more money. I shouldn't have rolled there. Because in the N64 version, you roll, and you would land in the basket and then continue the jump, but in this version you can actually land on those targets a lot easier, and you won't have to roll in order to do that jump. I mean, you don't need to roll, it's just helpful to have, except for this particular jump here. There's probably another way of doing this, but this is the way everybody does it that I know of, so... yeah, because we couldn't even get up here even if we were a Deku, so we can actually investigate what this chest is. And this always respawns every time you rewind time. Any small chest like this will always respawn. You got a silver rupee, that's 100 rupees, you're pretty happy. And you know what, we are now maxed out on money, so I think that is a good time to... that happens in the original as well. I hit the event wall during descent, so I just clipped through the floor. That's pretty funny, but yeah, I want to go deposit this. Now, the problem is that I should have deposited, upon depositing this money, I should hit a threshold, but because I'm a little bit lower on money on this particular file, in comparison to my practice file, I need to go get a little bit more money. That's not a problem, I can easily take care of the bushes. So we'll deposit our entire wallet, and I just need a bit more money, so give me a bit. I just grinded at the bushes, where we got that 5th heart piece. Not that big of an issue, really. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but I do have a faster method. I could have used the Deco Mask, but I'm saving that for a bit. So let's deposit what we have left. That should give us, bang on the dot, 200. You've already saved up 200 rupees? Well, little guy, here's your special gift. Take it. And there we are. That's what I wanted. I wanted a bigger wallet, so that is a lot more helpful. If you go over the 200 rupee threshold again, he'll just give you 5 rupees, which is ironic, because then you're going to deposit that as well, perhaps. And now we have the bank loyalty program added to our Bomber's notebook. We got a special gift from the bank. You deposited 200 rupees as part of a special promotion. You were given a bigger wallet to commemorate the occasion. See? Doesn't it hold more than your old one? Fill it up and bring it all in to deposit. So, I think we will be done for town for now. There is a few other things that we could possibly do, but we won't be able to go through the whole thing. And plus, we're human now, so we can do things we couldn't do before. Let me out! I'm old enough to wield a weapon, fool! Stop right there! Have you ever some errand in the swamp? It's dangerous outside the town walls, so I cannot allow a child like you to... A sword. My apologies, sir. It was wrong of me to treat you like a child. The southern swamp at Woodfall lies in this direction. Be careful. Thank you, madam. Sass him off. Oh, that enemy. That's a fun enemy. I hate that enemy. But yes, there's a chest on that stump there's a lot of stuff that we can do here. This is Termina Field. Now we have proper access to it, unlike cheating by bugging out the one in East Clock Town in the N64 version. But yes, we actually have stuff here, and spin attacking bushes out here is very worth your time. We just got some bombs, and that was a chew jelly. Green ones will drop magic, red ones will drop health. Unless you have max health, then it'll drop, you know, a green rupee. And the thing is, they respawn pretty quick, because even though I just killed him and grabbed his spoils, he's back again already.
That's a green choo-choo. It's nothing to be afraid of. It usually has something useful in its stomach.
So yeah, a new enemy, and they look weird. Of course, chew jellies are the evolved form of Zols and Gels from previous. And yeah, there's we don't really have a method on getting up here, except for there's a patch here. If you've played Ocarina of Time, you know what that is. We need magic beans, so I don't feel like not spoiling Ocarina of Time is a problem, because this is a direct sequel. However, if you would just bugger off, please. I've got full magic, so you probably... No, you won't drop magic. Money, excuse me. Fair enough. But we do have some deco flowers here, so we do want to actually get out our deco mask. I'll just use the touchscreen, it's a lot easier. There we are. Let's slap this on. That must be painful, slapping that mask on. You can skip that cutscene once you've seen it for the first time, but think about it. He slaps on a mask, and the magic within it, like... Okay, I thought I was able to get up on that one. I can in the N64 version. Oh, it's this one. I got the wrong one. But yeah, it's changing your form, your DNA, your bone structure, and your voice. Literally your entire being. We get a nice 5 rupees right there. Very helpful. Let's take that off. And you can skip the... actually, you know what? So as you see, you can skip that cutscene by taking it off or slapping on another transformation mask. That's the reverting effect, just so you know. So, we won't go that way yet. We actually want to go to the left here, because if we do, you'll see that on the hill up there is where the observatory was, which we have been to before. So we want to make a beeline over there for the moment, because there's a few things that we can do. If I take you out quick, there we are. Chop some bushes so we can get some stuff. In fact, do I have bombs now? I do have some bombs now. Awesome. Yeah, we want to be building up our money as we're going here. Let's do a normal spin here just to take out some bushes. Hopefully we'll get some money. Because we want to build up our money on the way up here. Because if you remember when we were looking through the observatory before, there was a man in a tree that wanted money. And yeah, we can actually go get that money now because we're out here. There you are, fool. What are you doing up there? I didn't want to attack the tree. I wanted to actually talk to him. I wanted to talk to him. I know you can talk to him when he's up in the tree. It's just not letting me. Okay, whatever then. Hippa! Nope. There we are. I want to be funny and you're ruining it for me. Hey, you stole those rupees from a crow. Don't go stealing them, man. You are the same guy that mans the trading post when the other guy is gone, like during the night. You must be the night shift man. Well, I kind of need this money, mate, so my apologies. There's a grotto here. What's in here? Seems like there's nothing, except for a single rupee. Ha! Also, nifty little pads to teleport out this time, which were not even in the remake of Ocarina of Time, so I don't know why they made that, but it's a thing. Take you out. There's another grotto here, so we'll go pop in there quick. A bunch of gossip stones. We'll whack it, cause some massive blur, and yeah, it's funny how they actually tell me how much time I have remaining, even though the clock is always on screen. You'd think they would just tell me the time, but again, I have a clock on screen, so it's a little bit odd. But yeah, we can't do anything here either, even though one of them is a little bit oddly shaped. So now that we have done all that, sorry, I got confused on where I was actually going to go. Like I said, I had to plan a lot of things. I was checking my notes, so I don't want to go that way yet, because the thing is, with this game, I think this is actually a good time to talk about it. Since now that we know that we have a time limit, yes, we can rewind whenever we want, but we know that some things get undone. The reason why it's taken me so long to actually get to this game is that I practice one cycle ahead, and then I record that cycle after I have perfected that cycle the way I want it to be done. So I do things in a certain order, and then I execute it, depending if, you know, luck prevails or not. If certain things go awry, then I have a contingency plan to go back and do them at another later point. But, you know, since I want to get as much done in the most concise way possible, that's the reason why, if I pause every so often, I'm checking my notes to make sure I'm still on track. And the reason why I wanted to come back this way and not go further onwards, because I can do that later when I actually do not have to grind up money. Because there's something that we can do, but there is some grottos around here that I want to do. And this is not the one. We got even more gossip stones, where one of them is bigger, and there's a gold skulltilla here. Not gold skulltilla, just a big one.
That's a skulltilla. It's protected by a hard shell, but its stomach is soft.
Yeah, all you gotta do is wait for him to turn around and... How did that happen? Okay. Normally that kills them, but I got hit as well. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of things that we can't actually interact with, and that's going to be quite the theme, because time is of the essence. For the most part, you want to be focusing on the main story, but when it comes to side quests, you're probably going to have to leave most of them for later on. But this grotto, oh boy, in the N64 version, when it came to, like, big shrubs of grass like this, it was one solid block. The only way you could tell that this was here is by these butterflies, but you can barely see it in the 3DS version, so, you know, better quality visuals and all that. It's a pea hat. This is, I believe, the only pea hat in Majora's Mask. They were all over Hyrule Field as a kid, but this is the only pea hat in the game.
It's a pea hat. Just remember that its root area is soft.
And you know what we gotta do when it comes to soft roots? Chop them off. Even though it takes a bit of abuse. If you need to protect yourself, obviously, from his fans, just, you know, you get your shield out. Just keep jump attacking him and he'll go down pretty quick. And he's gone. Boom! And can I say that I love that in this game, even in the original, that wasn't in Ocarina of Time, both the remake and the original, when bombs go off, there's a shockwave. Bombs are quite powerful in Termina, it seems. We got a nice little reward from defeating that pea hat, and what are we going to get? We got another piece of heart. We're getting a lot of pieces of heart. It's good that we're stocking up on our lost health recently. I wonder if Skull Kid, like, you know, took away all of our health and spread it across Termina for some reason. And maybe these are not actually here, but just amalgamations. Because, I mean, it could have been indigenous to this hole. You don't know. Then again, you know, you don't actually start with maximum health for at least 14 heart containers from Ocarina of Time, but you get what I mean. That's my headcanon. Now, you want to be careful here, because this thing... I just want to target him, please. Oh, not you! That's not a keys, that's actually a bat. It's funny, that. So I can legit say, kill the bat. Get down here. Okay, that didn't work. I do not have a... Oh, God, no! Oh, shit! The vulture was approaching me. I saw him up on screen for a second. I want to target that thing, but this bat ain't letting me. Piss off! There we are. Okay, the vulture gave up, but I want to target him, goddammit. There he is. Okay, I want to keep my distance, but I want to view him. This is a Takuri. Run.
This bird will steal your items. Come on, what are you just doing, standing around?
If you kill this thing, he drops like 100 rupees. He drops like an orange rupee. Or a silver rupee, I forget which one, actually. But, yeah, if you can defeat him, he drops a ton of money, which is quite nice. But we don't have any reliable means on attacking him, because if he touches us even once, he steals a random item, like completely from your inventory. And I don't think any item is immune, other than, you know, the Ocarina of Time, because otherwise you cannot, you know, save yourself from destruction. So the game won't screw you out completely, but some items of note that he can steal is your sword, empty bottles, you need them. But if you can sneak past him, we can make it to the Milk Road here, where we can actually find another owl statue, which in the 3DS version, as I mentioned many times, we can save our progress, which I will do. So there's not really much that we can do here, but we might as well have a little explore to see what is available. The Gorman Track. Home of the Luigi brothers. I wasn't joking. It's basically Ingo all over. What do you want? You know what this place is? This is the Gorman Brothers Horse Trading Center. You got no business here if you haven't got no horse. Now beat it, scram. That's just rude, isn't it? The Gorman Brothers, suspicious-looking brothers who train horses and run the Gorman Track. Well, they're important. They've been added to our book. Why don't you buy some fresh milk? This is between you and me. But that milk they produce down yonder at Marani Ranch is watered down a bit. It's not worth drinking. We don't do that kind of thing here. Here's the real deal. Always fresh and full of vitamins. It's true. We'll say it cheap just for you. How about it? 50 rupees for do you one bottle. I don't have a bottle, mate. I'm only selling the milk. Where do you expect me to put it? You need an empty bottle if you want some. Well, that sucks. Could use a bit of a pick-me-up. I mean, we probably wouldn't use it immediately, but hey, we've been going almost the whole day and we haven't done much. And that's when time is slowed, because we did that last episode, if you remember. Also, near most owl statues, a bush surrounding it would normally give a bit of magic and a fairy. So, if you're a little bit low on health, go to a save statue and you should be able to top yourself off a bit. Can't go that way, that bit's blocked off. And that's a big boulder, but this dude's done some work. Ah, Romani Ranch. Well, I guess the Gormans are actually doing well, even if they are slagging them off. Someone was up to no good mischief and blocked the road to Marani Ranch. I'm sorry, but I'll remove it quickly. Well, in the meantime, there is Tingle up here, so we could shoot him down. Bap! There we are. I'll take off the mask before I talk to him. Because I don't really need this on. What's this? Green clothes? White fairy? Sir, could you by chance be a forest fairy? Oh my! My name is Tingle. I think I'm the same as you, sir, a forest fairy. Alas! Though I'm already age 35, a fairy has not come to me yet. My father tells me to grow up and act my age, but why? I tell you, Tingle is the very reincarnation of a fairy. Now I stand here waiting for a fairy of my own. I sell maps to help out my father. Lucky, lucky, you're so lucky to have a fairy. I know, we should be friends. Yes, in exchange, I will sell you a map as cheap as a sign of my friendship. So, why don't you buy one of Tingle's maps? Yeah, says the same thing because he doesn't remember us. That can get annoying. Since we have the money, we'll buy the Romani Ranch one because we don't even know where Great Bay is. We're not heading there yet. We're heading to the swamp. This was just en route, or slightly off route. We've got the map of Romani Ranch, and there we are. Our bottom screen is active once again. Oh, call again. Tingle, Tingle, Kululimba! These are magic words that Tingle created himself. Don't steal them. You don't have to go ASMR on me, mate. But, yep, I think we will actually call it there. So in the next episode, guys, we will run from the Takuri and head to the swamp as intended. Because we've explored pretty much... Well, there are still some other things that we could do on other sides of Termina Field, but we're going to be going into those directions later on anyway, so we'll leave them for later. But for now, we need to head to the swamp. See you guys then.